Step into the moment. Brace yourself. Gear up. 26th edition of NUGA Games is here.
We gotta wake it. I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh mama, yeah. We are the champ.
Good morning and welcome to yet another exciting moment around the 26th Nigerian University Games Association. We call it NUGA, yes. It's the biggest intercollegiate sports competition. It's multi, and since Wednesday when we resumed hostilities, event has been actually super packed, exciting. And of course, a whole lot of you out there have been reaching out through our socials, getting across all the feeds, all the highlights, all the thrills and the frills. Of course, yesterday wasn't a good day for the University of Lagos contingent, particularly in the male section, because they actually lost the first game in the group stage. Of course, they have that to actually rewrite today when they take on another university from the north, Adamawa State University from Mubi. And that should be another big context, between the University of Lagos and its other counterparts. I'm not going to be doing this alone. My name is Bayo Salau, welcoming you to yet another moment here with us on University of Lagos Television. It's UNILAG TV, we call it, yes. And you can also reach us, get us feedbacks, comments, as to whatever you think is getting you talking. It's at UNILAG on TV, across all social medias, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and of course on Facebook. My name is Bansala once again. I'm being joined by Nii Apampa, who together we shall be looking at a lot of critical moments that actually went down in terms of results and mixed reactions. Yeah. Let's start off with the one that is of concern, major concern, the University of Lagos. We are the hosts, and I have a proud alumnus. Nii, how did you see yesterday's game?
Quite disappointing, really, because after the first game they had against Olabisi University, which was quite underwhelming. They had to leave it late until the final minute of that encounter before they could win. We thought that in the next game against Kogi State University, they would raise the ante. We didn't see that yesterday. They started on the right note, asking all of the questions in the early minutes of that encounter, but they let their foot off the pedal in the second half, especially when Marshall was stretched out due to an injury. And before you could say Jack Robinson, that howler from the goalkeeper happened. And everything just went down the drain for University of Lagos. They tried as much as possible to get the equalizer, but you have to give credit to the Kogi State University team. They were quite resolute, defensively, not really threatened, really, because the players that were expected that would come to the party for University of Lagos didn't do as much. I think Omotocho was quite underwhelming. Okwemi, yes, he tried his best.
Not of the same quality we saw the first game, Okwemi.
Yeah.
I think particularly in the whole, where I expected that he actually created some depth touches. I think the final third, the man who should be the outlet for us, Omotocho, was a bit underperforming yesterday. So I didn't like that part. Yeah. And I think if there's one area of concern, it should be at the striking department, because for everything that we do right, for all of the stretch, for all of the knockings we make, I mean, there's so much of you having a dog backing and backing without biting. That's what I saw yesterday. Yeah,
that's what really happened. And you can't really blame Akwem, because the supporting cast were not just there. Mojeba was out of form yesterday. We mentioned the motor show. They brought in Okoro. Augustine Okoro.
Augustine, okay.
Yeah, I think towards the end of the first half, I didn't start well, but towards the end of the game, he picked up. Saw some few exchanges with Omotosho, but all this didn't threaten Kogi State University, who obviously needed that game. If they had lost yesterday,
they were totally out.
The hopes of making it to the next round, would have been hanging on the balance there. But now, 4 points out of possible 6 is not too bad for them. All they need to do to really cement their place in the knockout stages, get a draw in their last game against Olabisi University, while University of Lagos are now condemned to win against Adamawa University today. Coach Ogunshemore has a whole lot to do going into this next game against Adamawa State University, because the first 2 games, on the balance of the first 2 games that we saw, I don't think they've really lighted up the competition so far.
Well, that's so much about what we'll be talking about. But again, when you look critically inwards, there are certain things that you want to feel that the University of Lagos should be able to come up with in terms of, the deficit's been ironed out. We are not from the technical department, but you could pretty much understand that it's not really been a team in coherence. They've not been specifically, playing together as a team or as a unit like one would have expected. But one thing is for sure, we will let you know the standings, the possibilities as to whether or not the University of Lagos stand a good chance to qualify into the next round of the competition. As it stands, we have Adamawa State University Mobi, we have the University of Lagos in that group, we have Olabisi Onabanjo University, then Kogi State University. The first game, we lost, and we won, we peeped. The second game, we narrowly lost. Yeah. That means 1 minus 1, that's 0 point for us. Yeah.
0 goal difference.
0 goal difference, 3 points. Yeah. Kogi State University, the first game, they drew, and this other one, they won. That's 4 points. Adamawa State University, as it stands, they look like the whipping boys in that group, while Olabisi Onabanjo seems to be the trailblazer here. So, if you look at that, what should be our expectations around our qualification? Because all eyes will now be around the University of Lagos by the time we take to the pitch at about 10 a.m.
Yeah, they need to win outrightly. There's no missing word for that. I don't think they should go into that game against Adamawa State University with the mind of getting a draw. I think getting a win, a good win, will do a lot of good for their momentum going into the knockout stage of the tournament. And for the fans who have been there since day one, I mean, quite disappointed with the showing of the boys yesterday. I'm sure today, to make up for all of the lapses that happened yesterday, especially the outlet from the goalkeeper, a comfortable win against Adamawa State University would really appease the fans, really. But we can't write off our opponents because, fine, they look like the odd one out here, but then they still have a slim hope of qualification. They have a point. They win today. They have 4 points. Yeah. And hope that the other game between OU,
they take themselves out. Yeah. Either side. Yeah. So
I mean, it's an open group really. Nobody's assured of anything for now because there's so much riding on the last set of games that will be played today.
Okay, one interesting thing is that we were expecting the games to go on simultaneously. I hope that's what it is by the organizers, that they put the games to happen simultaneously. Because having not seen these two teams, play together, you would expect that these matches will be run. Because what we are hearing is that the matches will be played almost at different times, and that's not so good. Because if you look at it technically, because we don't want anybody to wait for some other person's result. So you expect that the last group games should be all played simultaneously. There's a game already going on at this moment, and we're going to do a little sneak peek on that. It's about Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, all the way from Bauchi, playing the Yusuf Maitama, Sule University from Kano. Two northern rivals, and you know what it is with the northern rivalry. We know the MPFL so well. When two northern teams are playing, it's almost a fanfare. It comes to some sort of glitterati. I'm not too sure if that's what this is all about. But again, from your own point of view, what do you think would come out better in this contest?
Well, I've not really taken a look at both sides, but if I want to go by the northern rivalry, you expect these two teams to go at each other. I mean, quite familiar foes really, because they are coming up from the northern part of the country. If we had to go by their first game at Footmina, I mean, they didn't do. Let
me try and run quickly. The standings and what's been so far in that group. It's from Group A actually. Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University played 3 games, as it were. Won just 1. I've drawn none, but of course lost none. The goal difference has been just 1. Goal against has been nothing. They've not scored against them. And of course, they've been very comfortable. While the Alex Ikweme Federal University of Technology, that's in Undufu Alike Ikwo in Ebonyi State, 1 point. At ATB had 3 points, sorry. They had 1 point. And they've won nothing. They've drawn 1. They've won none. They've lost none. And the goal difference, or goal for, has been 0. Goal against has been 0. The goal difference has been 0. While Yusuf Maitama as well, too, share almost the same fate, just like the Alex Ikweme University from Ebonyi. While the team now, they are playing now, Unsuk, have 0-0-0. Sorry, the next team that Undufu Alike Ikwo will be playing, that's Unsuk. They are at the bottom, and they are at the bottom half of that table. They have 0-0-0-1, 0-1, -1. They've not scored a goal. They've not lost any, they've lost all the games, and of course they've not been able to score any goal at all. So they are at the foot of the table. So it looks like ATBU are the team, coming out in good form in that particular order.
Yeah, probably based on their standing on the table. But I don't think their form too has been the very
Overwhelming,
best.
yes.
Yeah, they have 3 points.
3 points, yeah.
They've lost one and they've won one. Their last game against Footmina, they need to really solidify that. And for Footmina, of course, they just need to win. They have just a point. Yet,
Football say Funai actually Federal University Ndufali equal.
oh, okay.
Okay, let's quickly run through Group B, like rightly said. University of Lagos 3 points. Of course, ADSU. That's talking about Abubakar Audu. That's talking about Kogi State University. That's Adamawa State University rather. KSU and OOU. OOU at the moment now are the one taking the lead. University of Lagos follow suit. Then there is Kogi State University and ADSU in that particular order. Group C, UNILAG 3, UNICAL 3, UNIBEN 0, and SSU 0. In Group D, we have Footmina, Federal University Dutse, and we have IAUE in second position with 1 point, OAU in 1 point, and of course, University of Ibadan, 0 points in Group D. While those are the 4 groups we are seeing play football in the men's category. Let's quickly touch base with the females. Yes, because we can't talk about the male without the female. I'm going to run you quickly on some of the group standings. From Group A, everything looks like it's working and working almost perfectly because it's a tussle. But one area of concern I want us to talk about will be where our University of Lagos has been actively involved. They had a case to actually put out there for people to actually come, for to see. And what was this case? The case was about them getting a penalty and being denied. They tagged that a daylight robbery by the coach, Dr. Asak. And they said they also saw a penalty shout for them. They were also denied unquestionably. I don't know why that was. Now, as they stand, Footmina seems to be topping their part. University of Lagos girls follows. BUK third, while UI are in rock bottom. What do you make of that particular encounter? They played yesterday against Footmina, and they didn't like the way it turned out because they were denied opportunity for a penalty because it was a red card offense. They said if that player was not even given a red card, at least a yellow card of caution should have been given.
Yeah, I mean, those are the few instances of questionable officiating that we've seen. Even in the game between UNILAG men's team and KSU yesterday, I mean, there were controversies about the change of referee, the assistant referee, one coming in the second half to be the center referee, and that raised some eyebrows by the Kogi State University bench, of course, understandably. But for the UNILAG Angels yesterday against Footmina, I saw the highlight of the game today. The first goal that they scored, fantastic free kick. I mean, probably it should be in contention for the goal of
the tournament.
But then they were outdone by the questionable refereeing towards the end of that fixture. Unfortunately for them, they are still within touch of qualification. Yeah. If they
win their last game today.
Yeah, if they do their own work in their final game. So they just need to put all those behind them. I mean,
and concentrate.
Yeah, and concentrate
on the next games.
On the challenge at hand. Of course, I have a feeling that they should win comfortably in their last game because the team they are facing, I don't think they've got the edge over them.
Absolutely, just like Nee rightly said. But of course, there were several other sports away from football that we saw highlights, high moments, across all worlds, from swimming to basketball to cricket, and of course to much of athletics, track and field events. Yesterday, in the 100-meter sprint, University of Lagos Uche Glorious emerged as champion with 10.27, and that was really a fast time, considering the fact that when you run at the testing Balogun Stadium, it was much of a debate. Long before we started competition, I think we had our tartan track laid, it would have been pretty much easier for us, or perhaps we used Yaba College of Technology. We learned yesterday that the guy said if he was not running against the wind, it would have been a much more lesser time than we would have secured, for that 100-meter win. But fantastic news for University of Lagos, emerging champion, and we can only hope that in subsequent games or subsequent challenges, we'll be able to write our script well. What so far, because I was going to ask you this, what so far has really been enticing, or can you rate so far your best moments around the NUGA Games?
Well, we have a whole lot from the opening ceremony down to the first game of the UNILAG men's team, which was quite
Electric.
electric. The
Yes.
fans, especially when Officiating got that last goal, the way they went in celebration, and like you mentioned, the UNILAG men. The UNILAG
Marines, 200 meters,
200 meter athlete that just won gold yesterday. But then, I mean, these are some of the few highlights of the competition so far. Yesterday, even at the pool, it seems that University of Ibadan are also dominating from that end.
I think Nile University has to up the headlines for the right reasons. A lot is said about the team, and for me, there's a lot we talk about when it comes to sport. At the very grassroots level. I mean, Nile University, yes, expectedly. I mean, when they said they were doing well at the swimming games, the one thing that came to mind is Nile University is what we're talking about. These are guys who practically have everything, exposure when it comes to swimming. A lot of them have actually traveled internationally to compete. So coming back home to such a facility, because for me, the facility has really raised concerns, and these are positive concerns that University of Lagos have so far been in the good news, just for the right reasons. The Olympic stadium size swimming pool with also a switch timer, the only university in the whole of Nigeria to have a switch timer attached to its swimming pool. That's a lot. That's Olympic standard.
Yeah.
Without any iota of doubt, I think that what we are seeing is world class, and the guys are living up to those expectations. Nile University, just a word from us, University of Lagos Television, has actually caught the eye of many with impressive performances at the pool, and we cannot say that you guys have been really amazing. In the basketball court, University of Lagos, Nile University again, what is really happening? You think they also want to dominate the basketball game?
Yeah, that's the pick of the bunch today. Yesterday, OAU went a match to University of Lagos, more like a blowout. I mean, it's very evident the gulf in class between
University of Lagos and OAU.
OAU. So the match everybody wants to see is now University, because there's so much riding on it.
Yes.
It's the battle for who will finish top.
Exactly.
Of that standard. So if you're out there, if you can find your way to the basketball courts of the sport complex, you don't want to miss the action today.
Absolutely. Of course, we'll be taking a very short breather, and when we come back, we'll take a look, a costly look now this time, because there's been so much, dilly-dally and not too convincing comments around the medal table. But so far, from our own point of view, this has been what's been able to put out there for you, just for you to be sure and keep abreast of what's going on around the NUGA Games. It's not enough to show you all of these highlights, all of this movement, without telling you actually the story in the end, what we look like at this particular day. We'll take a short breather, and we'll be back to talk about it.
We got 'em wicked. I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh, mama, yeah, yeah. We are the champions. We got 'em wicked. I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh, mama, yeah.
Step into the moment. Brace yourself. Gear up. Anticipate all expectations and boom! NUGA Games. Fitness. The dribbles. Dazzling skills. Dunks. On your marks. Get set. 26th edition of NUGA Games.
the NUGA 2022 Games live on YouTube at UNILAG on TV. Catch the NUGA 2022 Games live on YouTube at UNILAG on TV.
Action. Step into the moment. Brace yourself. Gear up. Anticipate all expectations and boom! NUGA Games. Fitness.
We gotta wake us. I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh mama, yeah, 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 yeah.
Hello, are you there? Are you there? Hello? Hello? What?
debate. I want to bet on Yusuf, my time at University Kano. I want to lose. Bauchi versus Abubakar Tafawa University. Bauchi. So I want to win. I want to white to qualify. Bauchi. I want to jab one for 3 long. This. Can you help me just get this wire out? This one. Please help me. It's too short. Now I fell in the background. I was not training. Help me talk to Mali that he should increase the cable length. Same team list for next day. I beg, let me talk to Mali. No, but John Torrell, I want to keep tableau match like that tonight. Go back to the half time. I want to coach me. I want to about for real. After they want to their players to we just meet up to them. If not, you might have a challenge. This one come out. Oh my data. What's going on? When I'm telling my mama, look at I'm a back problem. No the challenge now. My second course to the use. Yeah, we bring him out. Which man are Everybody check audio.
We got them records. I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh mama, yeah. We are the champions. We got them records. I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh mama, yeah. We are the champions. We got them records. I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh mama, yeah. We are the champions. We are the.
Alright guys, you're welcome to another interesting day as we bring up to speed about every event happening as far as NUGA 2022, the 26th edition of NUGA is concerned. My name is Farouk Adetola. With me this lovely windy morning I've got Ayobami as well, Abayomi as well as Olani Apampa. Together we'll be talking about the game that was just concluded some minutes ago, as well as live broadcast we are bringing to you. The match that we'll be giving to you this lovely morning is the match between University of Lagos versus Adamawa State University. It is a make or break match for UNILAG as well as the counterpart, as whoever wins will automatically get into the next stage of the competition. But right about now, let's focus on what just happened before we go to the match between University of Lagos and Adamawa University. Ani, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good morning, Farouk.
Well, Abayomi, good morning. How you doing?
Oh, good morning, Farouk. I just witnessed a very interesting game here today.
All right, very interesting game we just witnessed some few minutes ago, and let's talk about the team that just ended the match right about now. We're talking about a team from Kano which lost successfully. Talking about Yusuf Maitama Sule University from Kano against Abubakar Tafawa University all the way from Bauchi. In spite of the Bauchi team having a man down, They eventually won that match 2-0, and they'll be finishing in that group with 6 points. That throws them into the next round of the competition.
Yeah, that's good one for them. Coming into this game, they know that they needed a win, and that's what they got. There was a setback during the game when they went a man down, but they were not deterred. They looked even more exciting after being a man down, and of course that goal came, some few minutes after that, and they could even have added more goals to it. They lost a glorious opportunity in the second half, but then they would take this 1-0 victory because it has ensured that they make it to the knockout stage of the competition.
All right, they would take that 2-0 victory into the next stage of the competition. Now let's talk about the UNILAG team. You can hear the crowd; they are cheering on the home team. Yesterday wasn't a good day for them as they lost, to Kogi State University by 1-0. That loss have thrown the group very much open. Whoever wants the most will get it. UNILAG sporting a white jersey against the opponents from what's his name? Adamawa State, sporting a black and a pink jersey. Let's talk about UNILAG. According to the coach you just spoke to, he said they are bringing 1 or 2 changes in the team just to ensure that the boys are on top of the game.
Yeah, I spoke to the assistant coach of UNILAG team, Coach Oluwo, a few minutes before now, and they said they're making certain changes into the selection that came in yesterday. Also, we understood that Oluwadumila will be available to play today after being stretched out with an injury yesterday. It's a do or die affair for the UNILAG team today. It's victory at all costs. If they get anything other than a victory today, they might not be able to progress to the next round, and that'll be a very big disaster when you have the whole school not getting ready to play in the next round. They need to work on their final third. We couldn't say this anymore than we have. Their final third gave them away yesterday. They need to work on their final touches in their final third to progress to the next round.
All right, they need to work on their final third in order to get to the next round. The teams are already lined out right about now. In the next couple of minutes, we'll be handing you over to the live broadcast as well as the commentary team to talk about this. But before then, let's talk about yesterday's match. It was a disappointing one. The fans were shut up at the point in time, and the here was silent as a better ground. Let's talk about what the boys need to do. The goalkeeper made a massive mistake yesterday, cost him. He has retained his spot. Do you think that's not going to be a gamble and keeping his spot after that howler yesterday?
No, I don't think so. Yes, fine, he made a mistake yesterday, but I don't think he should be crucified. Up until the moment he committed that howler, he's looked very decent, and he's their first choice goalkeeper. For UNILAG, they know the job at hand. Nothing short of victory might spell doom for them, so they have to win this game. The group is much open. Anybody can qualify as at this very point in time. Nothing is assured, even for their opponents, Adamawa State University. Though they are down on the table, they get a victory. They have a chance of making it to the knockout stage. So they should, University of Lagos should approach this game with every sign of seriousness. The first 2 games that we've seen them play, they've not really, showed up to the billing. So they know the job at hand. They just need to go for the win and qualify outrightly to the knockout stage.
All right, they need to do the job because it's sure that we just have to stay away from victory and defeat. Then we'll be getting to the next group, next stage of the competition. As we are playing here, there's also a game going on simultaneously at Yabatech Field where Adamawa State University we're playing against Kogi State University against OOU. That's the other match. Hopefully, we'll keep our eyes on that and give you up to speed and information coming out from there. Until then, let us let you know that we are done and we are out here, and definitely we'll be switching over to the live broadcast of the game as well, handing you over to the commentary team that's waiting for you at the commentary box. My name is Farouk Adetola.
University of Lagos Sports Center. It's a wonderful Wednesday morning in the city of Lagos. Last match of the group stage of the 26th Nigerian University Games Association. Adamawa State University movement versus Hope University of Lagos. Adamawa State University are putting on on black, while University of Lagos are putting on white and white with a touch of blue. Very, very important game. Very important game from both teams. The Bokibara fans are cheering their team all the way, hoping to bounce back from yesterday's loss. My name is Oluwaseun, and I have my colleagues here with me at the commentary box. There is Olamide Ajabo. There is Abayomi Akorode. And there is also Olamide Akanta. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very, very crucial game for both teams. If there is any need for them to progress into the knockout stages, this is a big determinant. Once again, we are welcome to University of Lagos, host of the 26th Nigerian University Games Association. I would like to hear from my colleagues in lend their thoughts on what we should be expecting this wonderful morning. Like they say, ladies first, but not in our situation. Olamide Ajabo. It's really nice to the right, nice to the back. The ready side is this particular match for University of Lagos determines if they're going to progress into the next round. And it is a must for them. It is definitely a must for them to win so as to be able to redeem whatever thing that went down between them and Kogi State University yesterday. And it seems most people that here are want to support are more agitated. Everyone are anxious to want to see where UNILAG and got welfare is doing. It's really going to be an interesting game. UNILAG are the verge of losing, and of course, Adamawa State, they also want to progress into the next round. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Olamide Ajabo. Abayomi, what we are yesterday was Kogi snatching that winning from University of Lagos. What do you think exactly very well? Or do you think the coach has made some particular changes. Hi, speaking to your staff coach of the last team this morning. We said they were going to make certain changes to the starting lineup that played well. We heard from the people yesterday with Brian, gave the State University to go on a platter of gold. And I'm sure the guys have gone down to the dressing room, they have made certain corrections, and they bring back to the sure that they know what is at stake here. They know to do or die and for them. For both sides, and the other one can get to them, have the opportunity to progress to the next round with a victory yesterday, and we just don't go from the group. AAU and the Eastern People are coming back to meet us and the other categories of the technology field. So looking at Chelsea 1 year for UNILAG, it's a win at all costs. You can see the fans, you can see the supporters, you can see that everyone is out to cheer them to victory, and it sees that destiny lies in their own hands now. Thank you very much. And of course, we'll hear from Olani Apapa. What a game we have on our hands this wonderful morning. Like I said, the die is cut, the stage is set, and we'll get the victory. 90 minutes will decide. Yeah, of course, 90 minutes will decide. We will qualify to the knockout stage of the competition. Nothing is assured from this group. All of the 4 teams can still make it through. University of Lagos knows that anything short of victory today might spoil this program. Yesterday, they couldn't get a victory. They were quite lethargic, even in their first game against AAU. This is another opportunity to appease the fans who have always been with them from the first day. They look very different this morning, sporting the white jersey. Hopefully, they must have done their own work before this game against Adamawa State University. And I'm expecting more for them, especially from the guys that didn't deliver as much. Ojoba, Ebenezer, Omekesho, Otoyi. These are the guys that the fans no hope to deliver the good for them. Like I said, Adamawa State University, although they are rooted to the bottom of the world, they still have a chance of making it through if they win today. So we are not be careful. They know this is a very difficult task for the fans at Chidori. Yeah, guys. I don't know what you make of the situation that is happening at the touchline from Adamawa State University. Maybe we need to ask the reason for this action of theirs. But we'll be back in a few minutes to start this game officially. After several delays, finally the game is about to get underway. It's a must-win game for both teams. The Zotiba fans are cheering their team all the way. With the size of the supporters club to go with it. The team lead for University of Lagos, I will read that out, and Olamide Ajagun will read that out at Adamawa State University Mobile. In goal, Ibrahim Kutenya. The two central defenders, Enabo Daniel and Joshua Okoye. The right back, Salami Kende. The left back, Adebando Isiaka. The three-man midfield, Oyepede George, Oluwaseun Jimila, and Augustine Okoro. And the white man, Doyi Omotoso, Ojeba Ebenezer, and Salau Opayami. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the starting 11 for University of Lagos. Once we can lay our hands on the team list of Adamawa State, we will be reading about. Adamawa State University will be appearing from right to left, and UNILAG are playing from left to right. The assistant referee, Julius Longman. Assistant referee 2, Lukman Abdullahi. And the reserve referee, Chico Boka Metu. The assessor, Gabin Ekene, and the match commissioner, Professor Shabu Adewale. They are now with UNILAG. Jamila. They are still in UNILAG. Looking for Salah Wakayami. Borrow 24 for a training to Adamawa State University. NUGA game has just started. All important game. That's the most important thing. After 22 minutes or over the time of Lucas, the two teams already came to a decision. Of course, the match has started, and it seems like University of Lagos are pressing so high. And of course, if there is one thing that I noticed before the referees actually draw the starting whistle, the two captains, the Adamawa State captain and of course the UNILAG captain, they hug each other, and of course it seems peace have actually come in between the two teams. Now on Adamawa State University, and it's going to be a free kick just after the 6-yard box. It's time to long ball looking for his man. Another by Oyepede George. Clearance. There now with Adamawa on the outside right. Give away the ball. Jerry hustling for that ball. Joshua Okoro to Ojeba Ebenezer. Ojeba on the outside right. Foul on Ojeba Ebenezer. And it's a free kick. Lee in a very advantageous position. Yes, UNILAG has started on the high percent, an opportunity for them to open scoring. Ojeba has looked very lively so far, and I think from all of us rebound as well. I think everything is jelly for them. Let's see where this free kick will end. It's very important for University of Lagos to get the first goal as early as possible, so that it will actually be starting into a long round. The keeper deals with it perfectly. Opportunity for UNILAG again. The ball is oh my gosh! This area that has been dealt with by ADSU. They try to launch a counter attack down the wing of University of Lagos. But the defender and captain of University of Lagos deals with it very well. I mean, there is no players that sharing their players. And that was a lovely tackle there from Captain Joshua Okoro. A mistake pass. They are now with UNILAG. have not seen much. I mean, there is so much pressure coming up from the two sides. Adamawa State are not accepting the pressure coming from UNILAG, and the forwards of UNILAG have been so fantastic a couple of minutes into the game. Match the pressure, let them feel the heat. I've always said something, that out of the 11 players we have on the pitch, the fans are the 12th one, and the fans of UNILAG are doing the absolute good job. I mean, the sharing, the drumming team, and everyone. That's exactly what's happening right now at the stadium. The game is so intense, and I'm looking forward to seeing something productive come out of the game. Oh my gosh, apparently could not get the pass across.
Alright, let me try. You can see currently asking all the questions. It has been a game in the Adamawa half. It's been a game in the Adamawa half. Now it's a foul of Manchester number 6 of the Adamawa State University.
Now, basically now, there is an issue on the field now with the guy with the jersey number 6 of Adamawa on the field. And of course, the referee already extended a round of friendship. And with the look of this, these guys just really have to take it very much easier. They need to take it easier for us to enjoy the game. The intense, the whole thing is coming from the two sides. They need to calm down. This is actually the last game for the two of them to progress into the next round. Whoever wins qualifies, and that's really dangerous.
Talking of calming down, we can see the agitation just before the game began, and hopefully we hope the agitations will not be taken into this game, because if they take the agitations of their accreditation to this game, it will become a very physical game, and when it becomes physical, we tend to lack the creative mindset of the players. So I can only appeal to them. We need to do that after for both teams. Both teams need a 3-point victory here to qualify to the next round.
Now let's talk about them. The number 1 goalkeeper of Adamawa has decided to change the goalkeeper, now bringing in another person. I don't understand what's going on. Was there an injury issue? Or maybe the confidence is beginning to wave off. The pressure coming from the UNILAG side.
I think now the officials have a lot of questions to answer, because I haven't seen it in football in a very long time. This is one thing that's very, very unique now. It's different. So many officials have so many questions to answer. We still have answers as we are here, but we know we're going to get out in as many answers to questions that we all have been asking. Adamawa United, Adamawa State University. Sends a long run into the area of University of Lagos. Opportunity for them. Voting for UNILAG 2 goals after 6 years of action live from the University of Lagos Sports Complex. The last game from Group B between University of Lagos and Adamawa State University. Remember that there's another game going on simultaneously live at the Rabat Sports Complex between Olabisi and Ibadan University and Kogi State University. Opportunity for University of Lagos.
It's kind of salami! Oh my gosh! I thought that goal was going to enter the net straight up. Kudos to kind of salami. The guy putting on jersey number 2 for UNILAG. There has been an improvement in the game we last saw. I mean, the first opening of the game, it wasn't all too impressive. There was so much issue with him. He wasn't able to do his assignment well, but now, looking at what he's done right now, I feel like you're going to see another side of Kennedy Salami for the team. And that really speaks a lot. When you're number 2 and you're number 3 are efficient on the field of play, trust me, your game is really going to be good.
UNILAG back in possession once again. Misplaced pass. Adamawa United have an opportunity to launch a counter-attack. They are moving. Second on here, the keeper pulls the teeth. Nothing out of a problem for him. Kujaya Ibrahim, the goalkeeper of University of Lagos, committed an hour yesterday
They've been given the nod by Coach Ogushonoro. UNILAG has played the liveliest of the two sides. Free kick. The atmosphere is charged. The fans are reacting to every call of the center referee. Both sides need a desperate win here to qualify to the knockout stage. Canada Salami again. And of course, to clear the record, the goalkeeper of Adamawa wasn't changed. He has been cleared up the issue, and now he's back into the game. If there's anything worthy of note about the UNILAG team, it has to be the combination of Okpayemi Salam and Berry Solo Motosho. Very strong players, very offensive-minded players, and they are able to cause damage to any defense. We can only hope, UNILAG team only hope both of them will come alive in this game and get it back to South Adamawa United. That's Musa Medayon Jesse. That's a good defensive work from Joshua once again. Although Dejan is not clearly averted. And now they'll be able to get the ball out of the box and team. Okpayemi Salah is coming from the middle. I don't talk about Okpayemi Salah. Unfortunately, he lost that one. So you can see him already going back to fight for that ball back. He is a very strong player. Amachacha on the ball. Very fantastic job there. But yesterday, we saw the left-hand side of the UNILAG team completely isolated. Hopefully, in today's game, they'll be able to make use of their left-hand flank. And therefore, we know he's a very offensive-minded player. But yesterday, he totally lost it. And now, if he moves forward, the threat for the UNILAG team will even become more effective. And as I speaking about this guy, I said something about Keno Salami. There's been a little bit of improvement since the last time he played, which was the opening game, and it was quite interesting now. And of course, you mentioned about Omotocho, combination with Okpayemi Salah. That's really strong. Omotocho is more like a positive bully. He bullies the defenders, and then with Okpayemi coming in, it's really a great force. Great for University of Lagos. On the outside left, Salami Kendo will take responsibility. And he's coming to Salami. Oh! That's a goal! What a miracle! What insane! Salami Kendo! I broke the deadlock! What a lovely free kick that was! The goalkeeper was left dead! The fans are giving them more! The fans are going wide! I mean, this is incredible! What a goal! That was a brilliant free kick! Fantastic! Another statement. The crowd is rapturous. This is what they want to see. University of Lagos, their dancing is in front. And what a fantastic play to the floor. The keeper couldn't have done anything better than he did. University of Lagos 1. Adamawa State University 0. Keno Salami going again with the ball. I mean, that was a mouth-watering goal. The goal again.
Kenneth Salami perhaps reminds me of a Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's a very fantastic player. He has the ability to kick the ball. All 3 yesterday, he found it hard connecting with the right person. But now it's the corner team University of Lagos. And as you all know, Kenneth Salami will be the man to also take the qualities. Kenneth Salami again! Oh my gosh! Adamawa gets the opportunity to turn it into a counter attack. And they're coming up to the
Yes, Kenneth Salami tackling again.
It's how these boys roll back.
Now there is Joshua. Joshua running it. He already passed the ball down to Ibrahim.
Defensive work from Joshua there.
Now to Rogoli Couch. That is we're beginning to see the synergy now. With Rogoli Couch and of course Joshua. A throwing for the Adamawa people.
You can see the UNILAG team approach this game differently, much different from what they did.
Now it is the coach, Dr. Mafasa Itali, kind of Salami to do the lead for Salami again. Good switch from right to left.
That is aggressive. I don't know if connect to that, and it's a throw in to the Adamawa State University.
So, Mike, what do you think UNILAG should do to consolidate on this lead that they presently have? They really need to just to, now that they are 1 leg ahead, what do you think they need to do to consolidate on this lead? Of course, they need to just keep doing what they are doing now, absorbing the pressure from the Adamawa people. And of course, working basically on the defense line with Joshua there, and the forward too. It is really insane with the combination that we have. Yes, and quickly, a quick look of the Adamawa guys. It's Joshua again, running it up. 91. And UNILAG should be careful of the threats that the number 9 of Adamawa possesses. That's in the mode of Zahara Bin Musa. He's a very skillful player. I watched his last game, and this is someone that UNILAG should be very careful of.
Talking of the threat, it's a corner kick to the Adamawa State University guys. This is the first corner for them, and hopefully Joshua will be very fantastic in defense for UNILAG, and it's an opportunity for Adamawa State to equalize now, and I'm sure the guys will be on that.
And the corner will be taken to the
box. Danger completely averted. The referee calls for a goal kick.
It's a goal kick to University of Lagos, who are playing from left to right. And still holding on to a 1-0 lead. Goalkeeper Ibrahim Kujaya takes a shot one due to injury. The midfield of University of Lagos collapsed and allowed the opponent of Eastern University to really touch into the game. So far so good. He's been the chief orchestrator for University of Lagos, creating everything good for them. And while Okoye Salami is still trying to find his feet, he's been alongside Okoye Salami, the best chief performance for University of Lagos. As we see University of Lagos try to launch another attack, the exact Okoye Salami tries to bamboozle his man, but sends a forward one into the box. Not much of a difficulty because it's goal kick for Adamawa State University. University of Lagos still lead by goal to 0 live from the spot complex of the University of Lagos. 1-0 in favor of University of Lagos. A goal kick taken by Adamawa State University. Moody, ball with them on the outside right. Still in possession. They blocked up the ball. Showing Miller. They have been dispossessed. Lovely dribble there. Timely tackle from Enago Daniel. Enago Daniel goes for another one. Let it take player, captain of the ball. Will the man get it? Definitely not. And ball rolls into touch for a train. But quickly, a player is now complaining to the center referee. But he's back on his feet. Jersey number 8, and we're very excited. Nika, 1-0. UNILAG still leading. But like we say, everything to play for.
Yes, absolutely. 1-0 down. It's 1-1 and into the next game. I mean, that was scary to me. Now there is the assistant captain George complaining to the teammates what exactly is going on. I mean, the captain Joshua has been everywhere. The defense has been solid. And then there's going to be a free kick to be taken by the Adamawa players. It is a little bit dangerous. If this guy, oh, thank God, that one is out.
So now we have Opayami, can he get it? Opayami could not get it on that ball. You can see the clock on the face of the Adamawa State player who is on the bench. That was a timely tackle. Else, it would have been very dangerous. But UNILAG are still holding on to a 1-0 lead. But now with UNILAG stepping into the box, and the goalkeeper calmly picks it without any problem. But they are still trailing by 1-0. On the outside right, it's been end-to-end stuff. Salami knocks it down. Ojaba Ebenezer, he has been dispossessed. So, by Augustine, and it's a free kick, Abayami to Adamawa State University, who have considered a goal, but they are not letting their cap down. But they have a free kick in a very advantageous position, Abayami.
It takes a big one, and the thing we could notice is these guys are trying to shoot the ball at Ibrahim Kucherian, maybe because of the other they witnessed yesterday. And now with the ball as he puts in place, ADSU has taken total control of the game. Since the goal for UNILAG, the boys from ADSU have still to take charge of the game. They are the ones asking the questions, they're getting the free kicks at the advantageous position, but they're not making the ball choose of it. UNILAG simply can lose the ball. Olupele just don't close the ball again. They lost the ball for a few seconds ago, they got it back, and they lost it again. They need to calm down and to strategize for them to get the best of this game.
And for UNILAG, free kick quickly taken there by the captain. We have to say that since UNILAG scored, they have not been able to string passes together anymore. And that has really brought out the best from Adamawa State. Yes, and University of Lagos must not lose down, must not let down their guards, because it seems the opponents are now getting into the game gradually. We saw that yesterday against Kogi State University. They started very well, but they never ended the game badly. Opportunity for Adamawa State University from the corner kick, still in the box for University of Lagos. Free kick to them, and it's looking like Adamawa State University might just be making some havoc here, because they are not showing to be the better side. So far, University of Lagos has taking their foot off the pedal, and I'm sure Coach Ogusolore will not be happy with what he's saying. Taking to Adamawa State University. While taking into the box, don't reach by the goalkeeper, fantastic save by Coach goalkeeper Peter Ibrahim. Another glorious opportunity for Adamawa State University. Corner kick to them. Yes, me. And ever since UNILAG scored, the jersey number 8 for Adamawa State University, Buhari Bello, has been the crossing presence for them. We saw him just take a free kick seconds earlier, which threatened the keeper. He's on the ball again, but saved that ball by Chancellor Ibrahim. And UNILAG should be very careful because Bello is someone who can cause damage to them. And ever since that goal, he's been the chief creator. They need to watch out for Bello as well as Yahaya, the top striker for ADSU. You can see from the faces of the Adamawa State University bench looking for something to happen, but they have another chance from a corner kick. That was close. You can see from the faces that they were waiting for that to happen, but unfortunately it has not happened, and the heads are dropping down. Goal kick to University of Lagos, and it seems the goalkeeper Ibrahim Kujeya is seeking for the attention of the center referee. But again, look at the bench of Adamawa State says it all, that they are down.
Yes, it's beginning to show in their plays that having that early goal concession is not really something good, even for all the teams. But then they're still trying to put up a fight against UNILAG, which is quite impressive for me. But then in the substitution lines, I mean, those guys, you think that they won't play this game. They are not just in it. They are so down, which for me is not really too much of a good encouragement from them on the reserves to the players. And coming again from the UNILAG players, it is obvious that the assistant captain, George, is frustrated. We can see it in the way he behaves and in the way he's been reacting. He's quite frustrated. Same thing with the coach, Dr. Macpherson. The frustration is evident. UNILAG really needs to get themselves together. But for me, the man who has actually been, his name has been on our list is the guy, Kaide Salami, the number 2 jersey. He's been the one. There's been quite a lot of improvement in his game, and for me, that's amazing.
The goalkeeper is about to receive attention from the medical team, and you can see the center referee also there. The players of Adamawa State University sipping water. The weather is not too hot, but they look tired and they need water to re-energize. Ibrahim Kujeya hoping the injury is not as serious as we think. About it, we are not doctors, but it seems as if Ibrahim is back to continue with the game, and that is to the delight of the team and the fans.
Hopefully the injury to Ibrahim wouldn't be too much. UNILAG has had to face lots of corner kicks in the last 5 minutes. They are currently struggling with sticky passes together, and now they just lost the ball again. Fortunately for them, they were able to get that back. And Adamawa State seems to be asking all the questions now. Getting corner kicks, getting free kicks in advantageous positions, and there's only much you can defend. You may not be able to defend all. So the UNILAG team, they need to become more compact in their passes and in their defending. They need to avoid the free kicks close to their box 15. They need to protect their keeper at all costs. Now Ebenezer uses the ball. He finds Ibrahim Salami to the right flank. He, like he said, as one of the most exciting players to watch in this game all through. It is a one-on-one game. He gets to put the ball in the court. And it's against the corner against UNILAG. Hopefully in this corner, they will be able to subside the game a little bit and take charge of the game.
Corner kick to UNILAG. Salami Kainde tried to be the captain. And it's a corner kick. Can they make something out of this corner kick? We have to wait and see. Kainde Salami sends in a long one into the box of Adamawa State University. Go kick to them. And that header was from Enogo Daniel. Of course, yes, and I mean, it's been a totally affair here
a ding-dong affair, and I love what I'm saying, really. Both sides don't have an excuse that to go to each other's jugular, and that's what we're saying so far, showing that everything at it, they know that everything short of victory today might just spell doom for them, and it's pretty exciting that University of Lagos are in control already. All they need to do is to just get that second goal, and that might just be goodbye for Adamawa State University. For you, Emmanuel, trying to Adamawa State University movie, but UNILAG are finding it difficult to string passes together as compared to Adamawa State, their opponents. UNILAG are finding it difficult to string passes together, and they are employing the long balls, which have not paid dividends. It's a big problem for them stringing passes as compared to their opponents. Yes, it's been a big problem, and I think I would attribute it down to the defensive partnership of the Ayarino and Brian Bolo. Both guys in the middle of the park, they've made things difficult for UNILAG ever since UNILAG scored that goal. Adamawa State University will need to consolidate on the fact that they've picked up from where they left off immediately after that goal. UNILAG need to be careful. If they are not careful, they might just get hurt. But they need to be calm when they have the ball, try to look for each other, and then they can make something happen. A 2-ball taking Omotosho, sending the pass not to the desired destination. Ball now with Ojeba. Ojeba looking for Dumila. Dumila left the ball at his back. Ball still with UNILAG. Operoni. Frustration on the faces of the fans and the team. A long foul and a 3-point taking shows they desperately want that equalizer. Nickel, there is so much urgency for Adamawa State University, and it's quite understandable. They need that equalizer first. They need it. I mean, Adamawa needs to win this for them to be able to progress into the next round. Because if they fail to secure a victory against UNILAG, it means they're out of this tournament in football section, which is not all right. And also UNILAG wants to win. They want to qualify. They lost their second game to Kogi State. So this is more like two people are fighting for the same thing. But now it depends on who wants it more. And UNILAG has already shown us that they want it more. That's why the early goal came in. The fans are applauding the female team of UNILAG, hoping their male team can replicate him. Salami Kende, the goal scorer, is shocked about the son of the referee, but like we say, the referee is the final arbiter. Offside on the Adamawa State University player. And you can see the assistant coach, Babatunde Abibolu, pointing his hand, telling them to do what exactly has been discussed in training. That they should rather put the ball on the ground. Dumila, foul on Dumila, and he gives the referee thumbs up that he saw it. You can see the coach, the assistant, talking about guys put this ball on the ground. That's what we agreed in training and not this long ball. I'm just saying, Miguel, that you can see from the look of the coach telling them that
our brief in training is to put the ball on the ground, stop this long ball, because it's not working.
Yes, long ball doesn't work for UNILAG. This is going to be the 5th time I will be watching them. I've watched them a couple of times, so it doesn't work for them. When they play long balls, they tend to lose it. They don't have the willpower to jump out too much. Put the ball on the ground, let's play the game. Now, Adamawa are finding it difficult to even get the ball because UNILAG have decided to put the ball on the ground.
That was a brilliant throw from the goalkeeper. Off the shot from Yomomoso and Abawi. Just when we spoke about putting the ball on the ground, and we had some exchange of passes, you saw what that resulted into. The goalkeeper had to go to the ground to save that ball.
And that will be the first time the goalkeeper is having to do anything to go for UNILAG. Like we said, they are best when they put the ball on the ground. They have the creative mindset in Ebenezer, the creative ability of Oluwadumila, and the shooting ability and prowess of Doris Olomotosho and Opemi Salau. They need to put these guys to use by getting the ball to them at the right time.
Thank you very much. Well, now with Adamawa State, it's trying to long one, but it's a full-time effort and it's a goal kick. And Emmanuel, we are getting into the 36 minutes, and UNILAG still needs by a 22 goal. Just here, that's a major picking from Dynamic Engine driver, but Emmanuel, one goal is not enough. You can see the fans, they are expecting more.
Yes, one goal is not enough, and the fans know that clearly. And I have to give credit to them because we know that in the game of football, the 12th man is very important. And the fans have shown us today that they are the 12th man. They've been behind the team from the blast of the whistle. And right as we go into the 36 minutes, they are still behind the team. They've been singing, clapping, shouting at the top of their voices, which is very important. And it's key for us. We need that 12th support. And I think that UNILAG knows that without that, they cannot do anything. And Kende Salamido is been threatening from the start of the whistle. He's been one of our most important players, and he has shown time and time again that he's a threat right in that right-hand flank.
Thank you very much. You can see the fans. Just by feeling it. As you can see in Nigerian Football Supporters Club, genuine support for Team UNILAG. You can get to see it live on YouTube. It's UNILAG on TV. Brought to you by UNILAG. Ikiata Adebabo from the left flank. Play the ball, but the goalkeeper has been impeded upon. Foul of the goalkeeper in his territory. And the referee goes there to seek for attention of the medical team. But we have to know that Ebenezer is back on the team. But that cannot be said of the goalkeeper. Ebenezer is still moving his side.
This will be a big blow if Ebenezer is unable to continue this game. We can see holding onto his thighs. Hopefully it's not too serious. The Adamawa State goalkeeper is also on the floor, on the ground. Like we thought initially, we thought this game was going to be very physical. But both sides have put the differences aside and have played beautiful football. Both teams putting the ball on the ground. UNILAG have found a way to come back into the game in the last 5 minutes and are now taking charge of the game and asking questions when they to put the ball on the floor. Only one UNILAG is one fantastic player that UNILAG is lucky to have in this game. Ebenezer is coming up now. He seems to be able to continue in this game while the Adamawa goalkeeper is still seeking medical attention from the first aiders.
The goalkeeper is receiving medical attention. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, having received medical attention, the goalkeeper for the Adamawa State University, Adamu Aminu, is back on his feet, ready to continue the game. He knows how important this game is for them. But the free kick has been taken quickly by Gopi Aya, straight out to Gary Bono, who has been a threat in the middle of the park, but he's been intercepted here by Roma Afira. Now the ball is to Kende Salami. He sends one long in. Oh, Omotosho fails to control that one. Salah rather.
And of course, this is the first time that UNILAG is the appropriate is requiring the And that is who they being the first time of selling the first half. The first field is selling the second half. The second field is considered the second half. And this field now is able to selling the first half.
Yeah, of course, that's some good omen for them. I want that we really boost their confidence if they qualify for the knockout stage of the competition. And the first game against OU, they were stretched to the limit. Yesterday, the first time that they were behind in this competition, they couldn't do anything. So it's very important that they started, this all-important fixture on the right footing, which they have done, got the early goal, and now they are looking for that clear goal that will ensure probably, they are smooth sail into the knockout stage of the games. That was scary, but the goalkeeper had to do the needful. But again, a player is down, and that is NUGA Daniel, the defensive forward. NUGA Daniel, you can now afford not to have him on the field of play based on what it brings to the team.
Joshua, Daniel and Joshua combination at that backside for UNILAG has been formidable. It has really been helping out Ibrahim, who is the goalkeeper, in so many ways. So now Daniel wants him to come out of the game. He's going to be dangerous, as we can see. Adamawa State University are also in the game to their draft as much as possible to get to the box 18. But I don't know what's wrong with their forward line. I mean, they're not so vibrant when it comes to shooting the ball into the net. Not even having a shot on target for UNILAG. Let's see what's going to happen. It just seems UNILAG have been dominant of the whole game, and man, for me, I don't know what really needs to do the needful when they come back in the second half.
Thank you very much, Olamide Ajago. He sends a long one, looking for his man. Ojaba Abunisa to the goal scorer, Salami Kende on the outside leg. Opponent asking for the ball. They get it. Let it up now. Opponent is back on the feet. Ball now with ADSU. Send the long one. And now go down your cross. Ball now with him. Viva Seta pass to the face allowed. And Ojaba. Ojaba scored the ball inside the box. Foul by Dorian Matosha. And the fans are not happy. Based on what happened. It's a free kick inside the box. Emmanuel, free kick inside the box of Adamawa State University. 33 minutes gone, going into the 45 minutes. UNILAG are still leading by 1 goal to nothing. But the assurance is not there yet. Yes, of course, the assurance is not there yet. They know that they need that killer goal to kill up this tie. 1-0 is just flattening. Adamawa State University can just conjure up something, and before you know it, the equalizer can come in. And so UNILAG know that they are one of the tasks in front of them. They need to be careful. They need to stop playing carelessly. I've seen them play long balls. 8 full balls to Dorian Matosha and Okpara Misarao. That won't work. They need to be careful of how they play. At least they should string 2 to 3 passes in front of goal and try to make something happen. But 1-0 is the flattering scoreline, if you ask me. Emmanuel says 1-0 is the flattering scoreline. He sends a long one. Bruno control. He has assistant captain Owukola George to control it. You can see the assistant coach raising his hands, telling him, do the needful for me. While the throwing is going on. Jersey number 3 for Adamawa State. What can they control? Before the second half, they gained an opportunity that comes. Represent Luan. Versus Adamawa State University. Represent Ghana. Dario Motoso. Sends the pass looking for a pioneer, but that pass has been intercepted. Another from Joshua Okoro. This is an high kick. Referees allow the ball to be dealt. You can see the frustration on the front of the assistant coach. But as you know who is looking at his time, that the first time is almost coming to a halt, and that is 60 seconds plus some extra time if anything happens.
Yes, the frustration is getting evidence now because UNILAG are trying as much as possible to get the second goal before the end of first half. Anything might happen. You having a goal does not mean you already win the game, so they really need to just do their best. And for me, George has not really done so well in this first half of the game. I mean, this is not the same George I've seen through a couple of times. There is not so much we are seeing. Maybe when we come back into the second half, we're going to see the better side of George, and there should be an improvement too. What a beautiful goal! Ladies and gentlemen, Dario Motoso scored the second goal. Dario Motoso finally puts the dog submits into the end of the first half. Dario Motoso silenced the fans by saying, I can do it. Today, I have chosen to do it. Dario Motoso not only silenced the fans of the Adamawa State University, but he has also silenced his critics. Yesterday he did not have a great game, but today he has gone back to prove why he has a slot in his party lineup. The game has come, first time has come to an end now, and the names on everyone's list is that beautiful goal from Dario Motoso. That was super from Dario Motoso, moving from one side of the ball into the back of the net, and this is what Coach Ogusemoran, which we were expecting from him, and now going into the half with a 2-0 lead is nothing more than joyful for the University of Lagos team. Finally, before we end, to go to the two sides, with a tale of two stories. Excitement, ecstasy on the faces of the host, University of Lagos. Despair on the faces of Adamawa State University. They look downcasted, and they are saying to themselves, first half, we have considered 2 goals. But before we go to the pitch, for the pitch side analysis, I just want to get a quick overview. Of course, starting from the beginning of the game, Adamawa United reserves on the field was so down. I mean, the look wasn't even encouraging before the game started. Maybe because of the fight that broke out. But notwithstanding, what an absolute incredible performance from the side of UNILAG. I mean, stealing 2 goals in the first half of the game means a lot, and it says a lot. I was still saying that Omotocho is actually a positive bully. He doesn't really get that much goal, but then he delivers when you need him. And that's what an absolute striker needs. Bully the defenders and then gets the goal when you need that. I mean, that goal was astonishing. It was incredible. UNILAG needed the maximum 3 points, and they did what it has to be done, and that's it. It's a point. Now let's come back into the second half and let's see what goes. Thank you very much. We get 2 beautiful goals in the first half. One from Salami Kendo, the right back, and the other one from Dario Motoso. What an absolute screamer that let the goalkeeper forget. UNILAG 2, Adamawa State University no goal. Ladies and gentlemen, from the University of Lagos Sports Center, where we have brought you first half commentaries. Ladies and gentlemen, announcing the arrival of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos to come and join support our team, Professor Oluwatoyi Okudipa FAS. Vice Chancellor is here to support the team. Please make some noise.
We got them records.
NUGA 2022 Games live on YouTube at UNILAG on TV.
I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh mama, yeah, yeah. We are the champions. We are the. We got them records. I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh mama, yeah, yeah. We are the champions. We are the. We got them records. I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh mama, yeah, yeah. We are the champions. We are the. We got them records. I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh mama.
In spite of all the delays and also the confusion before the start of the match, UNILAG are 2 goals up against their counterparts in this very, very interesting match. They got a goal very early on, and they topped that up with a very, very late one in the first half of this match. My name is Farouk Adetola. We're still with you, streaming live on all platforms on YouTube, at UNILAG TV Online, as well as UNILAG Nigeria. I've got AY, we call him AY Lee, with me this lovely morning. Let's talk about the match so far. The match started on a very, very bad note with 2 teams, going at each other before the game. But football, you have to decide inside the 45 minutes and also inside the 90 minutes. The 45 minutes is up. What are your thoughts so far?
I think the Marines were very impressive. This is their most impressive performance so far. I thought from the onset, perhaps the shenanigans before the game probably spurred them on, because I've not seen them this ruthless. They went all gun blazing from the blast of the whistle, and good thing was that they got that early goal that steadied the steady beat. I feel the Adamawa guys have not been so bad. They've not taken their chances. They've had some good chances. They've not taken. I think the difference between the UNILAG team and the Adamawa team is the fact that UNILAG have taken their chances. And the most important thing in this first half was the fact that they could get that second goal. They needed that cushion going into the second half.
Well, we needed that second goal just to steady them into the second half of this match. Exactly what we are saying. The crowd in the stadium is absolutely going crazy. It's filled to capacity, and definitely when the home team is playing, you expect all of that. The first goal was scored by Salami Kehinde, while the other goal was scored by Doyin Omotosho. Absolute cracker of a goal. Doyin has been a villain. He has been playing. A lot of people have complained about his finishing, but today he has told everybody who cares to listen that, well, I'm still the man. The coach believes so much in me. That is why I've started the first match, second match, and now the third match. It seems he might be the decider in this match.
Yeah, looking at his gameplay, he looks best for the setup of the UNILAG Marines. Yeah, he might not always get his touches right, but even before the goal, he had a very good crack at goal that keeper dealt with very well. I think he has been very, very impressive. He has given the Adamawa boys something to worry about defensively. And right back, Salami that got the first goal. For me, he has been the player of the game so far. All I can say is that I'm super impressed. I didn't think they could be this good, because again, going into this game, they needed to win so that to avoid any permutation, and they've handled the pressure brilliantly, and they've shown their own fans that they are here to stay.
All right, let's talk about the home fans a bit. The home fans has been very, very impressive, and definitely that's why it's been an interesting, competition so far. Football, like they say, is the king of all sports. That is why you see the fans always, coming up to see whatever is happening on the field of play. Well, so far so good for University of Lagos team. They call them the Marines, and they are absolutely swimming and coasting home with 2-0. Football is a game of 90 minutes. That's about how it is in the first half. We'll come back in the second half to give you all the degrees you have to know about the second half. But hopefully, we'll see exactly what will happen in the second half. Perhaps the boys from Adamawa can stage a remarkable comeback in this match. If they hope to qualify for the next round, they need to do things differently from the way they did it in the first half. We'll be back, myself and Ayomide Ewali, we'll be back for more analysis in the second half.
We gotta wake it. I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh mama, we are the champions. We gotta wake it. I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh mama, we are the champions. We are the.
Alright guys, and welcome back to the main bowl of the glorious field of the University of Lagos. Well, it needs no introduction. I'm standing, and I don't even know how I'm feeling right about now. This is the #1 citizen of University of Lagos and the Vice Chancellor himself, Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundipe, also in the stands, watching his boys dominating against the boys from Adamawa State University. So far, so good, sir. How are you impressed about your boys?
Well, I'm impressed about my boys for the way they are playing. Is getting better. Unlike the first match, you can see that today is getting better, and I'm sure that they are going to qualify for the knockout round, and I'm very sure that they will do well and get to the finals.
It seems that the boys responded to seeing you on the field, because at the first match you were not here, probably you were in other centers. Second match as well, you were not here, but seeing you physically here, it seems that spawned the boys on. Hopefully you'll be here for their next game as well, sir.
Definitely, I have to move around. I'm just coming from the National Stadium, Teslim Balogun Stadium, Yaba Tech, where they are having football match. So I need to move around, and that was why I was not here during the first half and for the girls' the female football match. But I want to assure you that I will definitely attend the subsequent matches. I have to be all around the place. The swimming, the table tennis, and all those places I have to be there. So I will want to thank God for this arrangement. Everything is going on well. You can see that this is not the standard what they have in the past. This is what we call the national sports festival standard. It has even gone beyond that, because UNILAG is known for the best, and that's why we're putting in everything possible to make sure that we have a seamless competition with 0% error in terms of referee, in terms of officiating. So I want to thank the UNILAG television for this wonderful work that we are doing.
Alright, so you've heard it from the Osh's mouth saying that this competition is going on seamlessly and absolutely with 0 error. That's how far we can go with the Vice Chancellor of University of Lagos. Thank you very much for being with us, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks,
Alright, it is still Farouk Adetola, and I'm with you, giving you all of the live feeds as far as the game is concerned. You just saw the VC of University of Lagos. We'll be going for the match proper again as we are going to the second half now, and we'll be back with the final analysis after the full match. Thank you very much for staying with us. We're still streaming live online on UNILAG TV Online. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Step into the moment. Brace yourself. Gear up. The 26th edition of NUGA Games is here.
We gotta wake it. I'm gonna raise up the bar. Oh mama, we are the champions. We are the. We gotta wake it.
We are back to the second half of this entertaining encounter. And you can see from the reaction of the students of the University of Lagos that they love their vice chancellor so much. All of them want their vice chancellor to sit on their feet. But now it's Isaka Adebambo, Augustino Pro. He sent the telegraphers looking for the man they get him. Salah Wakoyemi, Isaka Adebambo, score the ball, score the ball! He gives away the ball, Augustine. And opportunity back up. And that was poorly calmly caught by the goalkeeper. Isaka Adebambo, the left fullback. Ojeba Ebenezer. Ojeba has been fouled. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have just joined us, you have not missed much. Except for the two executive goals that were scored in the 11th and 45th minutes. Sadami Kendo from the free kick. And Boy Yamatosha, what an absolute screamer to silence everyone, but more importantly his critics. Owapala George, Ojeba, Nika, 7-up has busted into life. What a game we have. Everything's still to be played for.
Yes, second half is back again. And also with the effect of the Mr. Vice Chancellor at the stadium right now, it's also another way to boost the whole energy. And what the reaction from the fans, the supporters face it all. Of course, he has gone ahead to change out the players too, which means a lot. Now the second half, it also shows that UNILAG, they are not also relaxing. But then, I'm looking forward to see the fight Adamawa can actually pull off.
Clarence, the Yamatosha, sends an outside of the first pass to Salami Kende, the goal scorer. A team of two goal scorers. Salami trying to put his goal. Benjamin Diabatel. The ball will be put out for a throw into Adamawa State University. Abayade, 7-up, just started. Some 5 minutes into the second half. Second half just started, but for the UNILAG boys, it's like a continuation of the first half. They haven't left any stone unturned. They've busted out onto the scene early on in the second half. You can see some shots of the Adamawa State University, not particularly excited, though they are 2 goals behind. As UNILAG boys are not resting on their oars, they are asking questions and speaking for more goals in the second half. He sends the pass. Enago Daniel. The substitution is about to come on. The referee foul for Adamawa State University, who are trailing by 2 goals to nothing. Free kick just some meters after the center circle. And the captain has decided to take responsibility by himself. Control inside the box. Benjamin Abated. But that kick was not desirous from the player, Ojeba Ebenezer. Ojeba Ebenezer has also switched flanks. You can see him operating more on the left-hand flank now. Or like in the first half when he operated from the right-hand side of the flank. It's a tactical change by Coach Obisamora. It's a strategic one. We are yet to see, but we're already seeing touches and flashes of his brilliance early on in the second half. He's a very fantastic player regardless, and we know his abilities and what he brings to the table. The fans are ecstatic. You can see them with their traditional attire and show with the bead around his neck. They are very, very excited. Eating, drinking, dancing.
They are chilling. The fans are chilling. The ladies are busy turning the drinks.
I want to know to have these people around. The Nigerian Football Supporters Club. Everywhere they go, they give you that rendition that gives you so much good impulse that spurs you on to do greater things on the field of play. Isiaka Adebambo. Ojaba Ebenezer tries to dribble, but the ball is out of play, and you can see the assistant coach, Babatino Luo, telling them, giving them instruction, this is not what we agreed upon. We have not seen much of Opayani now of Ojaba, and definitely that man will get a yellow card, and he goes into the back boots of the referee. Emmanuel, that was a rash challenge that is desirous, that is deserving of a yellow card. Yes, Alisa Joe with the challenge brought for the Adamawa State University. It was a rough challenge, Ojaba Ebenezer. And I have to say that Adamawa needs to be very careful now. They are living very carelessly. They are living very carelessly. And I said, there's a change now from the Adamawa State University. Jersey number 7, the sailing Ishaku, is coming on for jersey number 17. Coming up for jersey number 8 at the Aridono. Abdulhari Dono, who has been very dangerous in the first half, since the start of the second half, is required and so he's been taken off by the coach for a solo Ishaku. I guess the coach is looking to at least try to mount a comeback in this game. But if you ask me, I think it's impossible for Adamawa to mount a comeback now because UNILAG has been on the ascendancy ever since the start of the second half. And you can see the captain, Joshua Koro. And he's getting a warning from the center office. Enogo Daniel. Controlled by Opayani but an opponent's hand. Ojaba Ebenezer. Isiaka Adebambo. Augustine Poole. Clarence. She is fighting for the ball with the captain. And the captain says the telegraphic pass. An opportunity. Can they make this count? Shows Miller. Ojaba Ebenezer tried to control that ball, but couldn't. Captain of Adamawa State University. Now on the goalkeeper, Ibrahim Kuchaya. And you can see on the look of Joshua Koro talking to his other central defender. And now go down here that guys is not moving here. See the face of the coach of Adamawa State University. Certainly not an happy man. And he would have expected more from his boys. At this point, you will expect the Adamawa State University boys to throw in all they have now. They have nothing to lose. They currently sit last in the group with just 1 point. And now they are 2 games behind. In their last game, their last group stage game. They have nothing to lose. Now they have to play ball out. And that UNILAG team has to be very careful and be ready to get anything thrown at them. Dramatic from the goalkeeper. Ibrahim Kuchaya. Shot one taken. Joshua Koro to his goalkeeper. But that was a bit dangerous. The Amateur can't over the ball. Elias to Miller. Tried to look for his man, but couldn't. He has the winner to contend with. The captain is telling them to calm down, little. It seems as if they are in 60s and 7s, seem uncoordinated, and the captain is telling them calm down.
We said it before that the moment UNILAG team start playing AI ball, they lose coordination, and that causes and that makes the opposition team have a nice over them, and that's exactly what we've actually saw in the last couple of minutes. Now, maybe the referee is trying to have a conversation with the captain, Joshua, and also with the goalkeeper, Ibrahim.
The necessary don't know what is happening. The goalkeeper is down once again. Ladies and gentlemen, last game for Group B of the 26th Nigeria University Games. And you can see among the vociferous fans, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Oluwatoyin Ogunita FAS, enjoying every moment. The fans are ecstatic. The fans are in cloud nine. The fans are joyous. And this little is a sharp contrast to what happened yesterday when Prince Audu, Abubakar University Kogi State, silenced the fans. But the fans today are in a joyous mood.
Yes, give it to UNILAG fans. They've been incredible. I mean, to me, in this whole entire competition, they are the best fans. They've been from the moment that the referee plays the whistle. The fans are always so supportive, and that's the most important thing. And look at it now, the fans are also still cheering up, even when the game is still on hold. It shows how much these fans love the players. It shows how much the fans just want the best for the team. And that for me is really another advantage, because when you are at the field and you are playing and your fans are just behind you, just so supporting, trust me, it is one added advantage for you. And of course, Prince is about to come up, which is also one of the reasons the fans are so happy to see Prince play.
And you can see the referee having a conversation with goalkeeper Ibrahim Kujaya. And it seems the medical team are also saying Ibrahim is good to go. But I'm sure, Emmanuel, that this will definitely not sit well with Adamawa State University movie, because they are desperate to get a goal, an equalizer if possible, but this will definitely not go down well with them. Yes, it will definitely not go down, and we can see from the technical area that they are demonstrating with the referee for a long time. They seem to be complaining to the referee that the goalkeeper, that's the person of Kujaya Ibrahim, is presently wasting time. But I really love what have that, and as it stands now, there is a substitution for the University of Lagos. Otemba Ebenezer is out, while Isikal Kabasi, Prince is coming on to Ebenezer. Otemba Ebenezer was the man who created the first goal for UNILAG against Olabisi Onabanjo. And in comes Prince Isikal Kabasi. And you can see the fans very excited. The Nigerian Football Supporters Club also Giving out that melodious music to go along with it. On the outside right. And this is definitely a corner kick. About the corner kick to UNILAG. It's going to be the first corner kick for UNILAG in the second half. And coming up the ground is Prince. Prince is an exciting player, a blistering press, very skillful on the ball, very, very tricky and crafty. Hopefully he has some minutes to play this game and will be able to add another goal to the varsity. Carlos Salami puts the ball in the box. And we still a big chance for the rest of Lagos for the Army University guys. They clear the ball out of danger and will now move to turn the defense to offense. Ball now still done. They need a reaction. Please, was down by referees. It's a throw-in to Adama State University. They are playing from left to right, and they are trailing by 2 goals to nothing. Courtesy of the goals that was scored in the first half. Nice from Prince. Getting the ball off that player. And it's a free kick. Captain Joshua Okoro. Sends a long one. Looking for Obarami. Throwing going to Adama State University. And I have to say that we know the performance and the qualities of Salah Obarami, but he's had a subdued game today. Yes, after having to pair it up with Donny Amatosho, it's actually aired out with the team because it seems Donny has been the only person getting the balls. But then, some of the little passes that Obarami has been given to the team has been it's actually noticeable, but then he's not getting the ball. Like you know him, he has always been somebody who is at the front, but Obarami has not really been getting the ball. Should I say, he's not too much into the game. And it was obvious that during the time that the game was ahead, he was quite frustrated because the whole thing is not going his way. But then the only thing I'm just going to say is, it doesn't really matter how it goes. UNILAG has 2 goals ahead. So they should just work together as a team and get the winning goal today, get the maximum 3 points, and progress into the next round. Let's see how things go with that. Ball has moved as a touch for a goal kick to the University of Lagos, and goalkeeper Ibrahim Kujari accept the ball. He sends a long one, Okoye Joshua. It is true. Another opportunity. Another opportunity. Oh, what a clearance. That would have been the 3rd goal. You really expect a motor shot to be for that close. But they have good defensive work from the Adamawa State to the Jersey boys. Very fantastic. Obarami had the chance to have the rebound. He played it straight to the post. And we cannot clear it out for a corner kick. Like we've been saying, when you make errors like that, you cannot afford to make errors like that. But there are strikers like Omotoso, strikers like Obarami, because they are foolish in nature. They are very fast, they are very strong, and they promise your defense if you keep making such mistakes. The fans are ecstatic. The fans are happy. The fans are in jubilant mood, and it's a corner kick. And then and that would not be a goal kick to Adamawa State University. Send the long one. Isaka Adebando. dribbles down the captain, but gives a clean shot. Captain Musa Abdul Razak, after all the skills, after all the trickery, the final ball was ball. Lovely display of skill there from Adamawa State University. They are still down by 2-0. Foul, and it's a free kick to Adamawa State University. Clearance. Free kick, you can see from the bench. This is a frustrating look. You expect a team to go down to do much more. You expect fast substitutions, guys to change the game because all the guys are actually tired, and that's what coach is trying to do now. To bring in some fresh legs so that I'm not to try and find a resurgence in this game. But this is another sprint. He's playing for his best. And he kicks it wide. When you put the ball on the ground, you create chances. You have creating guys who can give you the final pass. And this space was what was put to his ground. Very interesting player to watch. You'd expect to put the ball behind the net, but fortunately, the ball went wide. That's a good opportunity for Prince Isika Bansi, the substitute to register his name in this tournament as one of the goal scorers. But his face was electrifying. The touch was good, but the final ball was very poor.
Yes, it was. The goalkeeper already came out to actually get the ball, and there was a defender trailing behind Prince. So it was not like he already had two attackers. And then, unfortunately, he took the ball. He even tried to pin the ball because some people will never do that. And the ball was just a narrow miss. He can still do better, he can still do more. They're trying to actually get the ball into the net.
Ishaku Martin is going out. And in comes Wyatt Peppers. Ishaku is out, jersey number 13. And number 19, Wyatt Peppers. Isaka Adebambo. Please, Isaka Abasi. Dumula. To Salami Kaino, the man who scored the first goal. On the outside right. Doing the man who scored the second goal. We're trying to locate to Isaka Abasi. But that pass was intercepted at some point in time. Olupele George. Good block, Salami Kaini. Give the exchange of passing. And about the, I know the tactics of the UNILAG coach. He likes to put the ball on the ground, but that is not happening. The players are not putting the ball on the ground. And I'm not sure the coaches will be excited about that. That the long balls will not do us any good. Just put the ball on the ground. We can attest to the fact that every good string of passes we've seen in this game has led to fantastic chances created, has led to goals. You can see the brilliance of Oluwatimiwa in the midfield when the ball is only on the ground. He's a creating guy that can use the ball on the ground. He does not have the area prowess. So let's put the ball on in the air. Not put the ball on the air for them. They are guys that can cause damage to any defense. Put the ball on the ground for them and they'll give you the goals. And that is what has happened this game. They've created chances as well. And really, you have to talk about the spirit of sportsmanship that has existed between these players. Doyi Omotasha, who scored that second goal, was receiving treatment from Kosi Yaya, jersey number 5 from Adamawa before the medical team came on. You have to say that was quite commendable. Spirit of sportsmanship. Yes, you have to give the credit to both sides for that. In as much as Adama United, Adama State University are correctly using, they are not using their heads. They are showing all of, the good sportsmanship to their opponents, and that's what we've been preaching. The NUGA Games is not all about winning, it's about the friendship that will be built from this point on. And you have to give credit to both sides. It's a clear departure from yesterday's game, where the Kogi State University players were all about the antics. But University of Lagos are even leading. They are not showing any of the antics. They are trying to go for a third goal. And interestingly, they could have been out of sight, maybe the third or fourth goal, if they are taking their chances so far. But they look comfortable at this very point in time, and that's what we've been saying all along. Just a minute on UNILAG on TV, where this game is streamed live. We saw the coach and one of the officials having a tete-a-tete. What exactly were they saying? I cannot decipher from this position, but it should be. Maybe the assistant is trying to tell the coach to make some particular changes. We thought Adama will come out with a fight in the second half. And that's not even happening. And that was a bit rash from Yaya Haruna. And the referee is telling him to and Pepe is trying to calm down. That was harsh. That was harsh. It was intentional. Free kick from Captain Joshua Okoro. To Isika Basu. The man who missed a glorious chance some minutes ago to make it 3. And the player is down on the top. Oluwatibila was also on the floor yesterday. As a matter of fact, he was stretched up the field yesterday. So when he goes to the floor, you can see scared because of the first of the coaches. Nobody wants Oluwatibila to get injured in the course of the tournament. Because he's a really fantastic player, I must commend. But now with Adama State University sending it back, looking for his captain, Musa Abdulrazak. Yamik Skilak, Dubo, and opportunity there comes. Good defensive work for Kendo Salami. Good defensive work for them. Was able to recover in time to clear the ball away from danger. And you can see them shouting at one another. The guys, it's not Uhuru yet. It's not time to start celebrating. Not until the final whistle is blown. You can't afford to be complacent. 4 minutes into the game. 74 minutes means a lot. There is still so much minutes left here that anything can happen. So they need to shout, they have to scream if they can. They need to do that. They need to keep the Adamawa people out of the box 18 if they really want to win this game. Corner kick. A good one taking there. If there's anything I also comment today, you must commend the resilience of the defense of the University of Lagos. They have spent nothing less than 10 corners in the course of this game, and they've managed to come away from each of those corners, not conceding any goal. And another thing is, yesterday after the loss, you should have seen the way the players are talking to themselves. You can see the unity in the team and the fact that they really want to win this for the University of Lagos. Definitely, praise with this electrifying pace. Foul on pace. Substitution is about to be made. And you can see the referee telling the coach of Adamawa State University to please calm down. And I coach the goal scorer. They have been exceptional in this game. You can see the fans showing him a cowboy because he has been exceptional in this game. That goal will contend for the goal of the tournament. I'm very sure of that. Well, we wait to see what happens at the end of the day, but that was a brilliant goal that was scored. And the goalkeeper had no chance. An opportunity beckons on the outside right. Takes a shot. Clearance. But now still with Adamawa State. They are looking for a way out. Asking UNILAG the questions. And UNILAG responding very well. You can see the face of the coach. Salah Watari tries to do a stylish one, but definitely not. You can see the team marching together as a unit, trying to recover the ball as soon as they can. They do not want the Adamawa State University, but it's certainly to the game about what they've done all through the second half, and it is working so far for them. That is showing the extremely creative guy, and this is Prince to the Disney Plus. He has his man one-on-one, he was unable to beat his man. But now they're trying to take charge of the game, calm the game, and buy the time to the end of the game. And you can see the frustration on the face of the assistant coach. Babajide Oluwo, in frustration, he had to take out his cap, and that's to show you that he was not contented with what things do.
Yes, and you have to do that. I mean, the more you shout at these players, or the more you tell them what to do, the more they know that the clock is ticking away. I said it earlier that anything can happen. Now Joshua is on the ground again, the captain for UNILAG team. This guy has been incredible, and the referee is telling him, do you want to go out of the pitch or you just want to stay? But then, this actually shows the sportsmanship in him. From the beginning of the game, this guy has actually put in everything.
Ball now into the line. Okay. Ball now with Otari. What does he do? He's trying to into the goal. And opportunity. What a lovely block. Oh my word. Outara. Isaka Adebando. They try to do a 1-2. Nice on the face. Ladies and gentlemen, it's still 2 goals to nothing. In favor of the University of Lagos, the host of the 26th Nigerian University Games Association. And there is no bigger motivation that you want apart from the fans drumming support for you. There is no bigger motivation than having your vice chancellor, the number one season, coming to the field to watch your game. What you do is what we call abdominal. We die here today.
Not just someone who is there to motivate. I mean someone who is so happy, and you can see the proud look on his face of what the guys have done. I mean, I saw him during the halftime, and he kind of showed on him that yes, I'm proud of these guys. He's sitting right here and he's watching these guys play. That's the greatest motivation of all.
It's a free kick.
I mean, Shehu has defied a lot. In this game, Shehu happens to be the most fun players, if I can say. It seems like the whole attack is on him. The whole attack for these guys are just on him, but then he has shown the sportsmanship, he has shown he knows what he's doing. That's why he's attacked, yeah. He keeps playing.
That's why he's diminutive, but very, very intelligent. And the fans are hoping that this free kick will lead to the top goal. I cannot result for the first. For the second half, he's here to produce every goal. For the first time we saw an exclusive free kick from Salami Kende. Now we have Joshua Kobe and Salami Kende. That was a strange kick from Captain Joshua. And you can see the look on the bench of Adamawa State University. It's a simple illustration of people who are sad. That's an offside goal. Yes. I'm showing without any further ado, we can say the University of Lagos Marines has been the better side of the two teams from start to the game, and now they also have the need to support their nation. Earlier, we were making mention of Oluwaseun. We saw how the team collapsed yesterday after he went out. He showed you his importance to the team. He showed you his vitality he brings to the team. Very creative player, very skillful, and has the ability to use his craftiness to put your opponents in trouble. Free kick to Adamawa State University. Just like yesterday, they lost by 2 goals to nothing to Olabisi Onabanjo University, who coincidentally also lost to University of Lagos in their opening game by a solitary goal. And you have to say, Victor, that the goals of UNILAG has been spread around from Salah Rapayani to Salami Kende to Omotosha. The goal has been spread around.
Yes, sir, it seems UNILAG are beginning to display the height of Manchester City. There is no foreman. You score the ball, you get the ball, you score it, you get the ball, you score it, you get the ball, you score it. And that's really, really important. Which is also why we can see today that it seems Obayemi is struggling a little bit. Because Tony, you being the first line and then having to be the front line can be quite difficult too. Therefore, UNILAG, there is no much attention on a particular player. If you think today you want to focus on Salami Kende, tomorrow, just free that game, there will be a player that will come for you. So you cannot even say you want to attack a particular person. Play the game and let's get it done. And that's exactly what UNILAG have been doing.
There is a stoppage in the game, and we don't know what is happening. Seems as if Olabisi George, assistant captain, is down. From the look of the players of Adamawa State University, they look very upset, but it's quite understandable. Yes, they are really upset when this game has panned out for them, and they came into this fixture with our hopes, trying to condemn University of Lagos to a defeat. But I mean, they've met a better University of Lagos than the University of Lagos team that they played against OOU and Kogi State University yesterday. Much better performance from them, and I don't think Adamawa State University will pull that down if at the end of the day they virtually lose because they've lost to the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, back to the field of play. Isiaka Adebamba picks the ball, looking for his man, Obayemi, and the referee says, get up. going to the University of Lagos. Except a miracle happens, this looks like it's good night.
Yes, I mean 86 minutes already. 4 minutes more, there may be a few extra added time. It seems UNILAG are living with this winning. And they gained it. They played from the 0 minutes down to this 86 minutes. They've actually shown the resilient side that they really want to go to the next round of the football part. And so they've actually earned it, so let them go for it. Once the referee blows to final whistle, because with the look of this from Adamawa, they've been getting the toss, but the forward lines, I don't know what they are doing. I don't know what that goes. And also that look at the face of the coach, the assistant coach of UNILAG. Babatunde is very disappointed with the final touch of Prince Lee. For all what Prince does with his electrifying pace and his tricky, the final ball, which is the most important part, is questionable. Of course, I mean, he brings a whole lot to the table in terms of his offensiveness, but when he gets to the box where you expect him to give the final pass, that's where the problem is for Prince. I mean, he's just like a player like Adama Traore, big story of energy, but his final ball is always a suspect, and that's one aspect he needs to really improve on. And I mean, you can see the reaction of the assistant manager. He expected more from him. He's coming and he's been lively so far, but I mean, when it's very important for him to create that final pass, his final pass lets him down most of the time. And it's a free kick. Ladies and gentlemen, free kick to Adamawa State University, Mubi, and they are trailing by 2 goals to nothing. Inside the box, they are not completely abated. Offside positioning. Lee from the live feed at Yaba College of Technology, where these games are going on simultaneously. Olabisi Onabanjo University are trailing by 3 goals to nothing to Prince Audu Abubakar University. Of course, and that's a shocking result because, I mean, this was the same Olabisi Onabanjo University that beat RT yesterday by 2 goals to 0, and they are losing by 3 goals to 0. I mean, at the other side, what an opportunity for University of Lagos. That could have been the 3rd goal. And once again, that they lost a glorious opportunity. They've lost several today. You've seen 4 or 5 clear chances that University of Lagos could have converted. Their defense, that's one great area of their game in this tournament so far. So we're talking about Kogi State University. They put all into sorry. If they end this way, they finish first of them on the log. They defeated University of Lagos yesterday by a goal to 0, and they followed that up with another convincing win over Olabisi Onabanjo University and the Yaba Sport Complex. 7 points they have so far. University of Lagos to qualify second with 6 points, and both ADSU and OU are out of the tournament. Another substitution is about to be made. The other Adebute will be coming on for Owupela George. And about me, I must say that the few minutes that Prince came on, he would have easily scored an hat-trick. Without an iota and doubt, if you remember, that is one area of the control of the ball. Due to the final third, he has the distance space, he has the positioning, he has the skill and the craftiness to get the right position at the right time, but his finishing has been in doubt. and today again, he has failed to finish all the great chances he had.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are winding down, and the fans will definitely have a sigh of relief later from what happened yesterday. Yesterday was a bad day in office, but I'm sure that tonight is going to be a good night.
Let me quickly say this is the best game of University of Lagos I've watched ever. I mean, the substitutions are so correct, they were on point, they changed the game. Yesterday, UNILAG lost to Kogi, and so in fact, many people were not happy. And today now, 2 goals, they're already progressing to the next round. And you can see at the last minute, the Adamawa State University coach is talking to his players. I don't know if that's going to change anything, but who knows?
And that's just a sign of somebody who is disappointed, somebody who is frustrated by the performance. The question is, how do you explain about playing out a draw in the first game and then going ahead to lose the next 2 games? It will come as a greater shock when you realize because you lost in the first game, at the end you eventually come to you. Another speech again, he's finding his way to the box. Another wasted opportunity by Prince. He has to place and position it to get to the right places, but he finds the Lord connected in his final throw. And that was a wasted chance by him. Now he had the opportunity to assert himself in the first of the goal, strike his hands. A sport in the first half. I mean, we talk about Abayomi Salah who came off the bench in the first game, and since then he's winning the starting lineup. This is another opportunity for Prince to justify his inclusion in the team of the University of Lagos Marines. And you can see the look on the NUGA Games face that I got the ball, I was brought down, but the referee says I didn't see anything wrong in that. Jamila, the man who picks all the pockets, I told you who chose all the defensive 18 passes. The man who orchestrates all the midfield. The most interesting player in the entire University of Lagos team without a doubt. Kudos to the likes of Joshua Okorie, to Kende Salami, to Delapto Tonyo Motosho, to Abayomi Salah. But that man right there, Oluwatibila, is the most exciting player I've seen in the course of this tournament. And the referee has scored for a dive. The referee has scored for a dive. And Abayomi Salah has been issued the very first yellow card for the University of Lagos team in this match against Adamawa State University. He knew himself is guilty of that. You can see him laughing and also trying to touch the referee. So that's settled. No, there is nothing you want to do in such situation. You can't fight the referee. He's the one in charge. And so there are some periods where you just have to laugh it out and allow the game to go. Another substitution, jersey number 16 is out, and in comes jersey number 13. 13 out, Sulaiman Baba, and Steven Maxwell comes in. The fans are ready for them to go. An opportunity, can they get to go? We don't know. Lovely turning. An opportunity. That was brilliant. Another chance for University of Lagos to complete this route. I mean, for the opening time, they lost another opportunity, and that's what we've seen largely in this game. They've created all of the chances, they've played the best football, but that final edge, look at that. Another wasted opportunity, and by the goal scorer of the first goal, Kende Salami, he's been fantastic in this game. Got the opener, and he's been lively. He could have gotten his goals in this game if he had taken that shot very well. But they will take it. It's been a convincing performance for University of Lagos. better than what we saw against OU and Kogi State University. Keep on. Let me start asking you guys about your man of the match. It's the end of the game. UNILAG has come away. You can see win in this game to advance to the next round. Finishing the second in the group chat. A very fantastic game. Just like this said, the most exciting UNILAG has been in the 3 games they played in this tournament. Congratulations to the entire coaching crew for making it to the next round of the tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good day for University of Lagos. Their female team destroyed Federal University of Technology winner by 7 goals to nothing, and the boys defeated their opponents by 2 goals to nothing. It's been a good day for University of Lagos. Who would you pick as your man of the match?
For me, I will go for Pedro Salami. I mean, he did the opening goal. The goal was fantastic. One of the best goals actually seen in this entire competition. Then again, he was in all of the games. He was at the backside to the defense, down to the midfield, to the flanks, and to the forward. I will keep my man of the match to Pedro Salami. It's worth it.
One of the man of the match.
I don't see what Rami just said. Everyone should have played a shooting match today. For a particular man stood out. He created virtually almost all the chances, and it's not other than Oluwatibila. If you see number of chances he created in the second half, created fantastic chances. If those guys had converted his chances, he would have about 3 or 4 assists in this game. So for me, it should be Oluwatibila.
Olabi Atanta, who would you describe as your man of the match? Of course, Sheo stood out. Yes, Olobojo and Pedro Salami got the goals, but if not for the brilliance of Sheo in the middle of the park, all of these would have happened. We saw it yesterday against Kogi when he was took out due to injury. That midfield collapse. He came in and he dictated the pace. He had no troubles all through the game, and of course, all of the questions that he asked, the Anambra State University players didn't have any answer to any of that. Great for the University of Lagos, making it through to the knockout stage of the NUGA Games. And guys, before I let you go, the vice chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Oluwatoyi Tobitayo Ogunito, is on the field with the 2 teams. And guys, like I said, it's been a good day for both the men and the female team. The female team in their final group game destroyed their opponents, Federal University of Technology winner, by 7 goals to nothing. And the boys won by 2 goals to nothing, beating the knockout games. Exciting. It's not enough that they scored. It must take on the side for the fact that both teams also get the clean sheet. You expect the time to be under lots of pressure for today's game after the highlight committed yesterday. It will restore his confidence to know that he kept a clean sheet today. And quickly, let me also make mention that this is one of the things that I've seen that love sport so much. I've been to different schools. I've seen so many vice chancellors. I must commend the vice chancellor of the University of Lagos for his love and passion for sports. And his students, in the way he unites the students, the way he relates to the students, you can see everybody going with him celebrating here. And you can also see the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Oluwale Pamilori also, showing support to the team. And I must say that I really have to commend the Nigerian Football Supporters Club for a fantastic job that they have done. They added so much color. They added so much to this game, and one of the reasons that the team went ahead to win was those wonderful music. Ladies and gentlemen, from the commentary position, where we have brought you the live game and the last match for University of Lagos against Adamawa State University Mobile, it has been thank you to Olamide Ajabu, thank you to Abayami Ajeroni, thank you to Olami Atanta, and of course, my humble self, Oluwaseun Ajinada. Thank you very much. It's a wrap, and we'll be back for the quarterfinal games by the special grace of God.
All right, welcome back. It is full time here at the main bowl of the Sports Center at University of Lagos. It happened and handed University of Lagos 2. The other school talking about the team in like faced 2-0. That match ended 2-0 in favor of University of Lagos, and I've got the for the analysis as far as that match is concerned. Other centers, we can confirm to you that Kogi State University defeated the opponent by 3-0. Eventually topping the table with 7 points, like finishing with 6 points. Adamawa State University finished with 3 points, while the other team finished with just a point in that group. Are you satisfied with the performance of University of Lagos?
Of course, I'm satisfied. Better performance from the game against OU at Kogi State University. I was very critical of the way they played yesterday against Kogi State, very lethargic, but they brought their A game today. I mean, Adamawa State University wouldn't feel hard on because they've lost to a better side. Almost all the big guys came to the party. Okpeyemi, Shehu, Momotosho, who got the second goal, and of course Salami Kehinde, who was a menace for the defense of the Adamawa State University. This is the kind of momentum they would need going into the knockout stage of the tournament. And you can see from the reaction of the fans, they are quite satisfied with the performance of the boys, and they are hoping that they go as far as possible in this competition.
All right, let's talk about Salami Kehinde, who got the first goal from a free kick. A lot of people said he is the man of the match, and playing from right back and being a menace to the defense of the position in spite of him being a defender. How would you rate his game? Do you think he's well more matured that playing a collegiate sport? But if you're also going to select a man of the match, who would that be from this match?
Yeah, Kehinde Salami, of course, deserves a shout for the man of the match. But I mean, you have to, one player that stands out of the lot is Shehu. Yesterday against Kogi State University, he didn't finish the game due to injury, and immediately he was brought out. That midfield collapsed. Today it was a different ball game entirely. He dictated the pace. He created lots of chances for attackers. Kehinde Salami must have got the first goal of the game. Must have been a thorn in the flesh of the Adamawa State University defenders, but Shehu was the orchestrator of everything good for them. So if I'm to pick a man of the match, I'll go for Shehu.
All right, thank you very much, Lee, for joining us on the side. Right about now, I'll be having the coach, assistant coach of the side, talking about Coach Oluo, who was all over the places, instructing the boys and passing information to them, just for them to stay, on top of their game. Coach, you were disappointed yesterday with the performance of the boys, but today, in spite of the confusion, the argument before the match, the boy started like a house on fire, and they managed the match, winning 2-0 and finishing second in their group.
Yeah, we thank God Almighty for his mercy, and we thank the Vice Chancellor for the support given to us. Yeah, the match yesterday it's a match that we shouldn't have lost at all, but that has gone. It's one match after the other. Now on to the next stage. We've won this match. We are on to quarterfinal now. We came second in our group. It doesn't mean we are out of the tournament, but what we have to do now is to go back home, prepare again, restrategize. We don't know what the team will be playing, but we have to just replan ourselves, regroup the game, regroup the boys, and we'll play to win. Our aim is to play in final, and that's the target given to us by the Vice Chancellor, that he wants our name written in good. But inshallah, we'll think that.
Let's talk about this match that just ended. The boys, from what I observed after the game yesterday, they were down, and you guys needed a psychologist to bring them back to life, because it wasn't as if the team outplayed them. It was as a result of their own mistake and error at the back that led to the goal. And you also retained the goalkeeper. What was the instruction? What was it like that the coaching crew discussed, making sure that the goalkeeper came back to the match and also feel much amongst the group?
Well, you can't. There's no way you could throw the child away with water. Yeah, Ibrahim made a blunder. As an experienced goalkeeper, he made a blunder, but that doesn't mean we'll take him out of the team. Taking him out of the team, bringing the reserve goalkeeper will put pressure on the reserve goalkeeper. So we need to impose confidence in Ibrahim and tell Ibrahim you can do it. And we need to tell them going out is not an end of the game. Just take your chances and win. And thank God in first half they won the game for themselves. And it's not only for themselves, for the entire UNILAG. It's all the supporters. I'll give it to them, but we need to orientate them and tell them that you not encourage the field. But encouraging onto the field will count against us.
All right, let's talk about your finishing. It could have been more than this. Should have been 5 if the guy on 11 shirt, Prince, converted his chances. And a lot of people have complaining that the team keeps missing chances. Unlike the first 2 matches, we failed to score in the first half. But this time around, all of our goals came in the second half. what are you telling your strikers to do differently going into the quarterfinal?
You know, we are the host team, and these boys, based on what they were told that they have to play a final, there is pressure against them. The pressure of being host team. Yeah, missing chances. Yeah, it's a game of football. You create a lot of chances and you score just few. But today, Prince really missed. I wish you like if you can come to our training and see the way Prince uses his left foot to shoot. Prince has both legs equally power. But Prince, I think we still need the assistant of Professor Monofolu from last, who happened to be our alumni, who spoke to them today, who really took them on psychologically, telling them it's not the end of the war, and players have behavioral attitude and reaction as well. So anxiety is there. We have competition anxiety. I think competition anxiety is really affecting them. But the support the moral support Visi gave to them, same visit today, I think it will boost them in the next game.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Oluwo, for coming to us to speak to us about the players. And for me, it's been an absolute interesting one for the team. And 2-0 it ended as far as the match between University of Lagos and Kogi State University is concerned. Both teams have qualified for the next round. Adamawa are out of the tournament. Now, I've got the captain of the female team, who have been blowing everybody apart. Their last match ended 7-0. That is about a hockey score, if you ask me. In fact, beyond tennis score. Hello, how you doing? What's your name?
Yeah, I'm good. My name is Ojolo Atofeinti.
All right, you are the captain of the female team. You guys have played 3 games. I suppose you have won all of your games.
2 wins, a draw.
And a draw. Okay, that's 7 points. That means that you have topped your group. How has it been so far? The challenges, as well as the girls coming together in spite of all the shortcomings. And how have you reacted? And how have you guys, been able to blow all teams away?
Yeah, so far it's been amazing for us. Though yesterday's match was disappointing because we had a draw via late minute penalty, and that almost crushed the morals of the players. Yeah. But coming into today's match, it was more like we were very hungry and all. So we had to trash them like 7-0. So it's been like an amazing journey so far, and we're going for gold. So for now, to greater heights for us. All
right, you are in the quarterfinals now. You have mentioned that you're going for goals. You also by the courts field side when the boys were playing, and when you guys came onto the field, the ovation, the reception by the crowd was exceptional. How do you feel about the fans, supporting you, whether you're here or you're not here?
The support from the fans has been very amazing, and coming here for the semi-final. Now we have qualified for the quarterfinals. Now when we're coming for the semi-finals here, we know that they're going to give us a very, very warm reception as well.
So we hope to see you guys, come into the main bowl of the sports center to also give us, all of the dazzles, all of the excitement that you're giving to them. But in time, we're wishing you all the best, as you go on in the competition. Now, I've got the captain of the Marines. These guys have been, I've been giving a whole lot, and to whom much is given, much is expected. The goal is the final, according to the coach of the team and also the VC. You guys have sailed through. You played 2 games, lost 1, but you have been ever present in the defense of the team. How would you rate your side? And do you think that you guys are just starting the competition right about now?
Yeah, we've trained very well for it. We performed very well, and I expected more from my team. But this game was end like 4-0, 5-0. We missed our chances. But we thank God for the results. I'm happy with my team. We did a very good one.
Let's talk about you guys responding from yesterday's defeat. It was demoralizing. It will have, spelled doom for you guys. But how were you able to pick yourself up, being the captain of the side? What did you tell the boys? That, well, it was just a game, and you guys still have qualification right in your hand. What did you tell the boys yesterday?
Yesterday it was devastating. How short of was because we actually did very well yesterday, but we were unlucky. So when I go going back to the camp, the boys were down. I had to psych them, motivate them, and tell them that we're going to win. It's our ground now. We can't let our fans down. We've trained years for it, and everybody in this team, I think, and I know that we picked the best squad in University of Lagos, from UNILAG, from all faculties. So we played professional side and we're tested. So we have to just do what we know how to do best.
All right, let me put you on the spot. You guys are in the quarterfinal. Your opponent is yet to be known. But what is the ultimate goal for you and the boys?
For my team, we're winning it. We've waited for this for years. we are winning it. I'm confident. It's a promise to the Akokites. We are winning it on our turf.
All right, you just heard the captain of the side saying that it is a promise as far as the gold medal is concerned. And Okoro, talking about the captain of the side, saying that he and his boys had to pick themselves, up after that demoralizing defeat they suffered in the hands of Kogi State University. Now the job is done in the group stages, and definitely the men have been separated from the boys. UNILAG still remains among the boys and the men. Hopefully, we'll get to give you all of the fixtures for the quarterfinal of the football event. The girls are through to the quarterfinal, so also are the boys. And for me, I think that that is the least expectation expected from them. Right about now, I will be handing over back to the live stream of University of Lagos. I hope you guys have enjoyed everything you have served you from the football court. Hopefully, we'll be switching over to the indoor sports hall to give you more from combat sports, judo, karate, as well as taekwondo. The basketball team have played this morning. The girls won, while the boys lost to Nile University, but they still qualified to the next round of the competition. Excitement events are still going on from every centers. Talk about Teslim Balogun Stadium, talk about the stadium here at CMS, very close to University of Lagos, not forgetting Roe Park Stadium, where we're bringing to you all of the live actions as far as the 26th edition of NUGA Games is concerned. Don't forget, University of Lagos, we are still the host, and we are streaming live on all platforms on YouTube. Well, it is done. I'm out, and definitely I will be going for a quick rest now, and we'll be back with more actions for you. We'll be switching over to the indoor sports hall for more actions as far as combat sport is concerned.